let's go straight across to Nikhil Naz, our consulting sports editor. He's joining us with Sunil Gavaskar. Let's get their quick reactions. Big day for India, Nikhil. The fact is, we've avenged that defeat in the World Cup final 2023.
Okay, thanks for that, Rajdeep. Yes, it's a massive win for India, but as we had been saying right from the start, it will be a close call at the end of the day. This is an Australian team. They did have some moments, but overall, I think the better team came out trumps on the given day. Delighted to be joined by none other than Sunny Gavaskar on this program, and that's the question that actually came from the studio. Rajdeep is there. He says, have we avenged the defeat for that 2023 World Cup final?
No, I don't think we should be talking in terms of revenge and stuff like that. Sport, there will always be matches which one team wins, the other team wins. When Federer and Djokovic or Federer and Nadal play against each other, if they've lost in one major final, it is not that they're going to have a revenge for the next final. You just got to accept that this is just a sport. This revenge ki bhasha chhod dijiye, bhaiya. Just let us enjoy sport as it is.
Okay, not looking at it as a revenge match, but there were butterflies in our stomach.
Of course.
Simply because of that. What happened at the last time in an ODI? Yes, you beat them in a T20 encounter, but I'm sure it must have been back of their heads what happened in a crucial knockout game. This was also a knockout.
No, I don't think so. Look, believe you me, these kind of things do not stay in the minds of the players. I think maybe the fans think about it. Players are now so used to, a good player, I keep talking about a good batter is not going to think about the previous delivery, what happened, he was beaten or a catch was dropped. He's going to focus on the next delivery. He'll be careful about the next delivery because he's had that little escape. A bowler, if he's hit for a six or a boundary, he will also be just a little touch nervous, but he's not going to keep on thinking what happened the previous. So that's what happens with teams as well. Teams don't think back on what happened, a year and a half ago. They're just focused on the next game and the next day.
Okay, what do you think was the major difference between that final and this semi-final? Do you think it was a depleted Australian team? Do you think, no, it was a different mindset that the Indian team came? Do you think it were different conditions or a different tournament? What do you think were the major differences from that final?
Well, different teams completely, because when you have a situation where the Australian team is minus Pat Cummins, their skipper, who won the World Cup. There was Mitchell Starc. Then there was also Josh Hazlewood. All three key players were missing from the attack. Now, when you have three key players missing from their attack, it does mean that defending even 285 to another 20 runs would not have been easy. It would have been close again. The fact that we went so close, the match went so close without these three bowlers being available, just tells you, yes, the Australian missed it.
Okay, let's talk about the man of the moment, Virat Kohli stepping up, 84. The two most crucial games India's played in this tournament, one, of course, against Pakistan. It's a built-up contest. They're arch rivals. The one against Australia, again, modern-day rivalry, the greatest rivalry. What is it about Virat that, comet the man?
Also, I think the situation. The moment Rohit Sharma got out, he realized that as a senior man, it's his responsibility to shepherd the Indian team to safety. And that's exactly what he did. If he had got out at that stage, the Australians would have been all over India. So he realized that his wicket was crucial. So he tempered his batting. He did not take any chances. Yes, there was one lofted shot which was, maybe the ball didn't quite come, but it was with a straight bat, very safe shot, way away from that fielder. But the way he tempered, didn't go the aerial route at all, because there was no need to, unless it was pitch short and there was no fielder there. So batted with so much conviction, batted with so much responsibility, and he took India to a position of safety. Frankly, I was surprised at the way he got out, because, maybe he got a bit carried away in the same over. Rahul had hit a splendid straight six, and he thought it was the wrong one. He picked the wrong one, all right, but it didn't turn as much. And because it didn't turn as much, it went straight. If it had turned a little bit, it would have gone between those two fielders, and it would have been a boundary. But that's what cricket is.
And guess what else is turning? My hair, because it's so breezy here. We've got the camera shaking as well. There's a pole next to us shaking. It's quite breezy here in Dubai. Okay, breezy was also Virat Kohli's knock. I know that if we get into the debate of who's the ODI batter, we could come home. There's so many greats that have played the Question to you is, have you seen a better calculator in chase, like how to approach a chase and how to execute that, than Virat Kohli in the ODI format?
Well, there are so many wonderful players over the years, and they played in different conditions, different attacks. They played with the red ball, with no restriction on the bouncers, and all those things. So once again, you're asking for a comparison, and I'm not going to fall for that. I'm not going to fall for the comparison bit at all. But let me tell you, he's one of the greatest. There's no question about it.
Yeah.
He's one of the greatest. Somebody who scored 51 hundreds in one-day cricket, more than anybody else, just tells you what a wonderful player India is blessed to have with him.
My actually intention wasn't to compare him with other generation batters. I only want to focus on his ability to chase.
Correct, but the moment
what makes him different?
The moment you ask, is he the greatest, you're asking for a comparison.
No.
So I think what we should do is we should be very happy with what he's achieving for India.
Yeah.
The amount of finals he's getting India into, the amount of finals that he's winning for India. So I think contributing to winning for India. That is what we should enjoy.
I'm not again focusing on the greatest. I want to know one of the finest chasers. I just want to focus on the fact his ability to chase and calculate chases as well.
He's called the chase master for a reason. Like you said, because he's able to calculate what is the pace at which he needs to bat, when to take a chance, when to maybe just play a couple of dot balls, when to tire out a bowler, when to say this bowler is going to be the danger man, let us play him. Even if we don't score too many of him, there are other bowlers we can make up for. So that kind of thinking which is required, the temperament, that is what he definitely has.
Talk to us a bit about his adaptation versus spin, because we had seen this in white ball, especially coming into this tournament. We saw it in the series against England, and overall looking at the record as well, spinners were getting the better of him. But we've seen him in that game against Pakistan. Even today, I know not that experienced bunch of spinners, but Zampa has been the one that has troubled him in the past. Have you seen some changes in how he's now playing the spinners vis-a-vis maybe 5-6 games ago?
He's not really getting a little too committed onto the front foot in the sense he's not pushing a lot at the ball. He's waiting for the ball to do a little bit and then making that late adjustment. So that's been one of the things that we have seen from him. Opened his stance up just a little bit as well, whereby he's able to see where the ball is pitching on the leg stump, maybe then to play the sweep shot. He very seldom plays the sweep. We saw him sweep a boundary today.
Yeah.
But, that just tells you that when it was needed, he was able to bring out a shot which was probably kept in cold storage, bring it out productively.
Okay, I'm not going to forget the supporting cast. Yes, Virat may have gotten the most amount of runs. But again, Shreyas Iyer chipping in last game, chips in with a 45. Then you've got a Hardik Pandya chipping in towards the death as he had done in the previous game. KL Rahul, probably one of those ones that had been under the radar, but plays a very crucial inning here. Is this actually demonstrating the strength of this Indian team? Because they don't have one or two match winners. From number 1 to number 7 or even 8, you have batters that can win you the game.
I mean, the batting depth that this Indian team has is, one which gives everybody a comfort level. That despite Kohli getting out at that stage, and it was pretty much, run a ball at that stage, there was the confidence. Hardik Pandya will come and do it. When required, he'll hit the sixes. And that's exactly what happened. He hit 2 back-to-back sixes of Adam Zampa, the dangerous bowler. And therefore, made the game look very, very easy.
I am now taking all of our viewers back to the Pakistan game, because as the same gentleman next to me, Sunil Gavaskar, we were talking about the Pakistan game, and I asked you how the Indian team is looking, and you had said, I don't know if you remember, you said we are playing the final in Dubai. That happened right after the Pakistan game.
Last Sunday.
Yes, and they are going to be playing the final. Just tell me, what is it that you saw about this Indian team that made you so confident? Now that your prediction has come absolutely correct.
Well, what I saw about this team was the confidence that it had. What I saw about this team was having played against England in the T20 as well as the one day just before coming here. The combination that was there, where the captain had so many options. The bowling options were 6 bowling options. The batting had depth. The fielding had improved. And all in all, I think it looked like a very well-oiled unit. And when required, the engine was just purring. And when required, the engine, the accelerator could be pressed, and you could go even further.
Okay, I'm going to go now to the first half of the inning. 260 odd. You had said it's a competitive total. We discussed in the mid innings. What was it? Was it the inexperience of the Aussie bowlers, or do you think on the day the pitch was good enough for India to chase it?
I think the pitch was good. We saw that when the Australians were batting. We said that this is the new pitch. It's the same square, but it was a new pitch. The previous 3 matches were played on different pitches. So this was a completely new pitch, and where the ball was coming onto the bat a little bit better than it did on the other days, and which meant that even the Australians, when they were batting, you saw the way they were playing through the line because the ball was coming. There wasn't much spin for the spinners. There wasn't much spin for the wrist spinner. So the batters didn't really have to worry too much of the ball doing anything. You could, when the ball is not moving around, then you can play through the line. So even if you don't middle it, you'll get an inside edge. Very little chances of you missing the ball completely, getting bowled. Today, if you had a couple of bowls, it was because the ball was a little bit slow and there was an inside edge. Shubman Gill's inside edge, and then there was, I think, Akshar Patel's inside edge as well.
Okay, I'm going to continue the conversation with Mr. Gavaskar, but if my director is listening, I've lost the connection with you, so do connect back with me so I know how long do we carry on for. But meanwhile, just continuing our conversations, I think you're on a roll in terms of prediction. One, play 4 spinners. They've been playing 4. Said they'll reach the final. Believe you me, I'd asked him to pick a bowler to watch out for in this game today, and I thought that was a left field selection. You went with Mohammad Shami.
Well, because he's been, his rhythm's been so good in the earlier matches, and he's fit, he's raring to go. When you get to an age in your early 30s, mid 30s, you want to get your rhythm. And the moment we saw that rhythm coming in the Pakistan game, the way he was running in, no balls, just generally bowling the seam position. When the ball is leaving the hand, the seam is so upright. All that means that the man is putting in confidence. The more number of overs you have under your belt, the better you are, because you're confident of your rhythm. The most worrying factor in any format of the game, but more so in a limited overs game, is a no ball, because there's a free hit. Also, apart from the extra delivery and the extra run, there's a free hit. So bowlers are worried. So the moment they get their rhythm right, when they know that they are going to be bowling within the limit, they can increase their speed as well.
Right.
And once you start increasing your speed, the ball goes that much quicker, and you are causing problems for the batters.
Okay.